All right. Looks like one moment. Okay. Let me just verify audio is working. Yep, I can still hear myself. The only person watching my videos is me. Trying to find thumbnails. So let me do this. And then share this screen. Oh, it's about to get crazy. Oh, I was making the thumbnail. All right, so I got that. Put this over here. Okay, looks like it's working. All right. So I have figured out some ways to handle the trashing of the projectiles, but too lazy to implement it at the moment. So I'm just gonna continue making stuff. So the first thing is always run. Then we have the background. Boop. I think for today's sake, you should use a new background. I'm gonna go for some. Well, do I want Bowser red? I want a darker one. I already did that kind of red. I think this green here is good. Okay. I think that's like the fragment screen or something like that. I can't remember if that's the exact one, but then we got the background. Now gonna do the we have the second page here. The projectile launcher. Okay, so we're gonna start with the projectile launcher. And just need to make a minor update to make it so that the projectiles are launched. So let me see here. I know the projectiles should be launched, but just making sure that the collision is accurate. Let's see. So we're going to spawn bullets. Yeah, right now the bullets are not being added. So I think back in the thing from yesterday, I may have updated that. So I can probably just go into there, pack it up, and then then I can just import it into the other program. So, all right, let's see. Does it collide? It does. Okay. So then basically for my projectile person, which, yeah, it should not have been called spawn the draggable X. It should be projectile launcher. Okay. And then I think it works as I want it to work right now if I were to import it. So that way, by default, rocks it collides with. And also right now, the mage also still does the collision too. Better to have it as a default, and then you can remove it if you want. So let's just really quick refresh the left. Then hopefully it will do this correctly. I want to just import it as or upload it as a single fragment. And then, you can't read anything here because I still haven't fixed the font. Projectile launcher. We're going to just update that one. Boop. This might take a minute. Boom. So trash handling isn't being done here, but I think it is being registered. So here, this is the collision. Oh, it's all condensed right now, but probably is registered in the trash handler. I do need to update the collision engine as well. I don't know if I pushed a new version of that one, or uploaded a new version, I should say. That's the correct term in this this tool. Okay, so it's going to do that. I don't know how long it's going to take for that to get uploaded. In the meantime, I can work on the other features here. So the background is good. Then we're going to let's see. I think we can go for a basic game. It's a game where you're a hunter and there's some fowls and you're going to shoot those fowls. And they can they come out of the trees or something like that. So I guess the first thing is we're going to have some trees. So let's get some maybe bushes even. So there's not going to be 10 of them, that's for sure. There's going to be like 4. We're going to start with 4. Then it's called rock. We can change that if we want, but I don't really care too much at this moment. So let's see. Emoji HTML bush. Okay. A bush would be nice. None of these are really that. There's mushrooms. That is interesting. But we can just do these evergreen trees, I guess. Oh, I'll do evergreen tree and I'll just stretch it. Take that. And this one I can also do. Actually, let's do the deciduous tree. Take the deciduous tree. Parameters on here. Boop. Now it's a tree. First, I'll just get them in the areas that I want. And then I'm going to just have them flat on the ground. So the background color is now completely wrong. It should be blue, like a dark blue, I think. It's taking about 1,000 years to update this variable. I don't know why. It should be instantaneous. Let's just refresh it. Something went wrong. Okay, see. Now, the left position, we want it to randomly distribute. The top position, we basically are going to put it right onto the ground. So it's going to be maybe 80% down. So let's just delete this. This is going to be string. I think the upload might be affecting it. What in the Sam Hill is going on here? Oh, this is good though. This is going to be really good. Basically, it's going to be randomly generated each time. What a nice experience. It won't feel so stale. This is going to be 80 view height. Actually, let's see, what is the font size? 7.5? Well, view width. We're going to have to make it based upon the height. And then, so let's do 10 view height. And then this will be 90 view height. Oh, clicking too much. Okay, great. Now, I think they might need to be, they don't necessarily need to be larger. I actually might turn this into a forest. Let's see, 150 maybe? Okay, so if we're going to do that, then yes, I need a little bit of depth and variability here. I'm doing this in the right one. Oh, fuck, is this live 5? Okay. Wondering if I'm accidentally overwriting something. I'm like, should I press save changes? I think I have to at this point. Okay. Okay, this is live 6. I don't know if I've destroyed live 5. If I did, I'm sorry. Okay, now, so this already has the random value back in there because, yeah, it's definitely needed. So this is going to be for the top, the minimum value is going to be like 70, and then it'll go up to 110. So this will basically, this should really be view height. So it'll be like this range here. We'll have a whole bunch of them show up. Probably too many. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. I kind of like it. The only thing is that sometimes we have this weird effect where, like, this one being in front of this one. The only way in which that could happen, yeah, I don't know if that can happen, but it's not really that big of an issue. In order to do that, I could make it so that it's a function of the loop instead of being completely random. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So basically it'll start low. Oh yeah, and I'm also wasting a lot of it down there. But so it'll start low. It might actually be a good idea to try and having some of it off screen. It could add some interesting effects depending upon how the animations go. At the bottom, it will be at like 80, and then the loop is going to iterate across a whole bunch of these values, 150 of them. So the first, if I just do, let's see, I just start at the bottom. So the minimum is going to be, that's where I draw the line, is the minimum, and then I basically just put the maximum at the same spot. So yeah, it's just going to be the very bottom of it, which is initially say 100. So, or actually it might be 90 if I have them all starting right there. So anyway, if I say 100, then it's 100 minus the loop value is basically how it's going to scale up. And then I could put some multiplier there. So, all right. So for the top, it's going to be, I'm just going to delete this value here. And then we're going to do some math. And then going to get the loop counter. So this is a loop. The spawn loop here is making the trees. Just hang in here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's gonna be math. I don't know if you need to restart the server. What's going on here? If all the viewers are just hitting it, if there's like, I don't know, anything times 0, I think is 0. Okay, it did add the math. I'm just getting some kind of slow response here. And so what I want to do is basically take the loop, reference the loop counter. So the loop counter here is spawn loop, and it does not have the most updated one. That's really sad. Okay, so in order to do this, I can just about to just have to real time fix a never mind. Let's see if I have, yeah, this needs to be, so this right here needs to go here. Why was this not properly uploaded? I don't know. Just having some minor, oh, that's not what I want to do. Having some minor slowness right now. Reference to loop counter. Okay, it did it, but it was just hanging for whatever reason. Taking forever. Okay, I'm just going to save the changes here, It looks definitely like I was just, in number 5, not number 6. That's sad. So I just deleted that one. There's some data saving bug there that needs to be resolved. All right. I don't know what is going to be in Live 6. Okay. Thank you. Let me see. Internet for, or not internet. Headphones for just dying again. Super, super nice. I'm sure the viewers love that. All right, here we go. So, yes, the top is doing reference to loop counter. And if that's a value, oh no, it's going to need to be actually concatenate strings, because I need to combine it with the height. It needs to have units on it, which eventually I'd love to just say I'm going to only use these units, but I don't want to lock other people in, because there could be reasons why you wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, so I want to basically reference a loop counter. Okay, much better. And then it's not going to be strings here. It's going to be, first, this is spawn loop. Oh my god, spawn loop. What happened there? Did it update? Okay, so I got my rocks. Locations. Why am I back in rocks? It looks like it, saved number 5 just fine. Let's go into number 6. Please be a forest. It's a forest again. Does not have the top in here. Just going to delete this. Concatenate strings. Delete this trash. Okay, then it's going to be loop, spawn loop. Then this is going to be value. And it's going to be basically, if it goes up to 150, I could actually take the number of elements. So that would be, if we reference this variable, all right, and this actually, we need a value in between. We're going to take the the loop count times we're going to multiply these two. So it's basically going to be the loop count. We're going to multiply it by not text data, but num elements. And since it's a value, it's okay because I can I don't need to do the math function. If I had them as strings, I would have to first do string to number, so that's where you need to do math. But I'm using all values. So here we have the random count, and then we're going to scale it based upon the number of elements that are there. So if we want it to span, let's say, a range of 20 view height, then we have 150, so we need to divide up that 150, so that way it just kind of goes and it scales all the way up there. So at 1, you're at, so let's see, it's going to be, I think we'll actually be dividing by, yep, so we're going to divide. We're going to take the current count. So let's say we had 150 trees. Yeah, so we're spawning 150 trees. If we're on number 1, this is going to be 1 divided by 150. So it's like really small. And if it's 150, it's going to be a value of 1 because it's 150 divided by 150. And so we're going to take that value and then we're going to do 80. So we basically take the top. So it's going to be, let's get another value in there. If we look at the range that we're going to scan across, the top of the range is going to be like 80 in this case. So it's going to be 80 plus, or actually it's going to be 100 minus. Yep. Because we want to start at the bottom and then we want to go up. Or actually we want to start at the top and then go down. Yeah. Yep. 80 plus. Because we want them to draw on top of one another. And not have to like set all of that myself. Like that would just be really annoying. Because it's being randomly assigned. They're being randomly generated, so I don't want to have to deal with that. And so it's actually 80 plus, and then it's going to be 20 times this ratio here. So we can just do this, 80 plus 20 times this, and then we just need to put a close bracket, close parenthesis at the end here. Let me see here. Oh, there's actually a viewer. There's a first viewer on on this stream. This is amazing. I actually lost track of what I was what I was doing, seeing that there was a real live human being. So I currently what I'm doing is let's see if hold on, I don't want that shit. I pressed the wrong button. Currently what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make a forest, and I think I fucked this up by, oh, now I'm cursing. That's not good. Let's just go back to the simple one so I have something I can show to start with, and then I can explain, what the objective is. And in the chat, you can post questions or suggestions along the way, and I can, we can steer the course of the development. But so the minimum value is going to be, this is basically going to be the top location of where we're going to be placing the trees. And so if the minimum value is 80, then, and the maximum value, let's just say, is going to be 100, then this should also be view height. Then basically we should be just generating some trees right here on the bottom to create our little forest. Okay, so we got a small forest here. It still has the bug that I was talking about earlier, but now that there's a viewer, I'm, trying to focus on demonstration here instead of being too crazy about things. But so this is a little forest here that I've made, and out of the forest, I want to have some birds fly out, and then we're going to have um, we're going to try and shoot the birds. It's a classic classic game. It was made a long time ago, but I won't, for copyright reasons, say the name of the game, because um, then I'd probably get blocked, and the viewers would really be suffering from that. So here we have the trees. Now, at the same time that we make the trees, we're going to create for each tree a random probability that it's going to spawn a bird and the bird's going to fly away. So, so we're already at the spawn loop. 150 is probably a lot, and a lot of them are off screen because I don't know how much of that I really want to keep. But until the game starts breaking, we're not going to be worried about that. Let's not over optimize things. So yeah, the first thing that I need to do here is, in this action, I'm going to go to the higher level fragments. So these are this allows me to look at, the complex ones instead of trying to piece together things using simple stuff. So I'm going to create an element spawner, and I need to figure out what the bird is going to look like. For those who are watching, if you find emojis that you would like to be used for different characters, that could be helpful. Let's see what kind of birds there are. This is a nice bird. That is not the one that I was looking at just a moment ago, but okay, here we go. I'm surprised there is, a duck. I wanted a duck. That's what it was. Emoji HTML duck. That can't be the real, wow. It's actually really good. Okay. So let's see. It's not going to be rocks. That's the default. But what I need to do is actually first save the location for where each tree is going to be so that I can reference it in both of them. So instead of having the random value be there, I'm going to make a variable. And I'm going to store these random variables, these random locations, and then I can reference them, because that could be very useful. It's actually going to be essential in order to do this. So let's just push this little make variable up to the top here. It's going to make it there one day. I think we're there. All right. So we're going to make a variable, and we're going to make a variable, not an array or dictionary, a variable. And then, so this is going to be called the X location. It's very nice that it, started off with that name already. And the value is just going to be what this thing was. So here is the variable. I'm going to have to remove that +2 there, but that's the X location. And then we're just going to create a Y location now. We're just going to take the X location thing. We're going to duplicate that. And then just going to delete this here. This is going to become a Y location. And then let me just think here. If I think it'll be all right. Just trying to make sure I don't run into some kind of issue down the road. So here's going to be the location for the top. So we're going to put that into here. All right, so we have the X location and the Y location. We randomly generate them, and then we have, it seems I have lost a viewer. So now here, what we're going to do is going to we're going to reference this variable here. All right, and this variable is going to be called xloc. These might actually need to be defined within the scope of the loop. So it might need to be xloc1, but we can worry about that later. So here we have the x location and the y location. This is going to be xloc, and then this is going to be yloc. All right. So, oh God, okay. All right, I need to turn off the ducks. Make it way less often first. And I need to, okay. That was a lot of ducks. Oh God. So, if I do a delayed timer, so ducks, it's just insane. Maybe instead I'm just going to spawn one in each, behind each tree. So spawn X elements. And let's see here. I'll make them just kind of randomly fly out. So just gonna do one. That's gonna be the duck. I think I still have that on the, there we go, the duck. And its location is going to be at the X or the Y. So xloc and yloc. So we're just gonna reference this variable. It's gonna be behind it. So we're gonna put them at like a Z and X of, 1 or something like that. So it's with its X location. Yeah, so I want on the left, that's where I want the X location. And then on the top, I want the Y location. Okay. So spawn loop. Oh, is this, does it have the same name? Is that the case? Okay, so this needs to have a new name for being a spawn loop. In fact, maybe I just want to pull the element out like this. And let's just remove the spawn X elements because I'm just making one. Okay, now where are my trees? Are the ducks bigger than the trees? Is that what's going on here? I think that's what's happening. Okay. But, oh, I see. Wonder how I can, oh, hold on, let me verify that there's still audio. Yep, okay. Let me see if I can move my, yeah, it would be nice if I could actually move my display to like the top right, but oh well. So, there's, maybe I can shift it a little bit. Yeah, not much. But, there's basically a lot more of a, forest behind here. But so, because the ducks are smaller, they basically are being shifted. So I need to, oh, let's see. Yeah, hang on. All right, is it working now? Okay. This is a little bit thin, but it works better, I think, for viewing the game. So it's worth considering. But 7.5 view width, so that's basically there's kind of an offset, and so I want to make them all kind of go, behind their tree. So let me just add like half of that. So value, going to do plus, oh, this is going to be referenced in pixels. No idea. I'm not going to even bother with that. I can do it as, pixels on my screen, but it can be dangerous. Dangerous doing stuff like that because then it doesn't really work very well on other people's. But let's just see if what this does. Oh, it's in view width. That's right. So it already has those units on it. So what I could do is I could just duplicate this thing right here, and then I can make locations for the ducks as well. So that could be not too difficult. Okay, so where does it go? Here we go. So this is my other make variable. Okay, so this is going to be location of trees, and then you'll have here your you know, let's make this green. Maybe not green. Make it. Just leave it as a default. And then this will be location of ducks. And then here it's going to be, we're going to reference, so we're going to do concatenate strings, but we're going to reference a variable, add something to it, and then, well, this already will have the view height on here. I could just do a really rapid animation on it, so that would be probably the easiest way. Okay, so I have my trees. Let me just verify first that everything once again works. The ducks are just doing their thing. They should be back to normal here in just a moment. Okay, there we go. So they're once again in their terrible spot. So now I'm just going to add a well, actually, I want to use the animation specifically for making them fly. So yeah, what I'll do is maybe start them at, so they'll initially be in this location. Let's make them a little bit larger. And we'll make them hide. So let's change the Z index here. And we're going to make, let's do the string here. So since these are definitely not the first thing ever being made, if we do a Z index of 0, they should always be behind if they can be behind. So that should hide a bunch of them first. Maybe -1. Okay, that's apparently too far. So we can do 1. What does 1 do? Okay, so the trees are all higher. So then let's give a Z index to the trees. And we'll just do that right there. And let's put this at 10. So the trees are all going to be higher. Okay, good. Now, all we need to do here is take our, our ducks are basically, they're too large. They're in a box that's really big. So they need to be in a 2 view width box and a 2 view height. Okay, so that helped out a little bit. That's where the X location is, and here's the location of. So if it was centered, that would actually be the best. Instead of top and left. But that's fine. Now, let's start by having all the ducks. Maybe I could do bottom instead. Yeah, I'll set this as the bottom. See if I have bottom added in here. instead of top. Okay, there is bottom. I don't know if it works. Okay, so instead of this being the top, this will be the bottom. That'll drop them all out of view. Do this. Okay, delete that. Let's see, fingers crossed that okay. So yeah, I see. I was thinking it was the bottom of the element. It's bottom of coming from the bottom up. So that's not going to work. Oh. One moment. All right. Sorry. More important things to do for a moment. So here, let's do the top. We'll go back to that. Top. And then we're going to put the Y location in there. You know, at this rate, it's not even going to be, I should just make it 100, just flat. Just keep this string right here. Just drop them all right at the bottom, and then they can spawn and fly in random directions. You know, I don't, because, yeah, they're already behind all the trees, so they should look like they come up from behind it. I hope. We will see. So we have unselectable z-index top. This is just going to be 100, or we could do 90. Maybe 90 might even be a little bit much, but or a little bit low. 90 view height. Let's see what we get here. Oh, that's right. Might be better to be a little bit random. It looks better than, you know, that ridiculous line of ducks. It's extremely unrealistic. So I think 90 is okay as a maximum, or as a minimum. And then, you know, 100, yeah, 100 should be the, I might even push that 90. Okay, you can see there's some ducks in there. It's like, oh, look, there's some ducks hiding back there. And then, so here's our ducks. And because I did not put them in as, you know, spawners, they didn't automatically come with the collision. So this is definitely, you know, insightful. Should make a very basic one as well, because in this duck scenario, it was helpful just to have the duck. But yeah, so there's some ducks back there. And what we're going to want them to do is just kind of fly out of the forest. You know, it's like they're all going to be going up off the screen. Some of them are going to fly left. Some of them are going to fly right. and they'd probably be nice to have a couple positions that they bounce to before we get to the very top. So maybe they and then they fly off the screen. So gonna do and some of them might even come closer or further away. So let's see. We're gonna do, oh my God, what did I do? Click something wrong. I minimized my frame here. So do the multi-transform. We're going to translate 3D. And then, so the location that we want it to be at, we're going to do the pre-built because we're basically going to want it to do kind of a random trajectory. So we want the random pixel value. Oh. Okay. Thought we were going to be ending this early. We're getting close though to the end because there's not much time left. So here's our thing here. We got the random pixel value. First of all, this is going to be the view height, and we want it, it's going to be going in the negative direction all the way up because positive goes down. So that means that we want to go at a minimum, we want it to go up -10, and at a maximum, we want it to go up -20. Okay. Actually, first, since time is really short, let's just make that, actually, to really do this, the X will be, yeah, we do want to shift the X. The Y is going to be guaranteed like -100 view height. This one here is to be view width. And it's like how much of a shift, one way or another. The bird's going to fly. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So if we look at the maximum value, it's going to be 50. And then if the negative value, we'll say is -50. It's not going to work. It's not going to, make them all fly crazy different directions, but it'll be interesting. We'll see. And then what has to happen here is basically the duration needs to be random. So that will make it so some of them are really slow, some of them are really fast. And since we have 150 of them, it'll give some variability. And we're going to make the maximum, we're going to make it 20 seconds. And then the minimum is going to be 3 seconds. That might even still be, way too generous and kind. But here we have the fill. We want it to fill forward. Let's just see if our birds fly up from behind the trees really quick. Oh my God, yes. All right. Now, they could do a lot better if they, hang on a second, these birds aren't fully flying off the screen. Yeah, first of all, they need to go negative, 150 view height. But I might need to then, not too bad. Some are going to be much faster now. Okay. This is gonna be like it's gonna be like laser duck murder game. Just so many of them in a row. Um, so now what we need to do is, because I was foolish and I actually wait, spawn X elements. We don't have oh, here we go, the pre-collision list. Okay, so the trees do not need to be here. I just need to change the variable here. So this is, we still want something to be doing collision, but it's the ducks that we want the. Thank you, headphones, for once again cutting out right as I'm describing the critical thing here. So we want to this is pre-collision list A. So these used to be rocks. And what we're going to do is we want to put on there these ducks. Let me just make sure the name isn't the same. Okay, so these cannot have the same name. These are going to be called duck. All right, so let's take our ducks and we're going to append it to the list. And just so it's like, first we make them and then we append them to the list. It just logically it seems a little better. Okay. Then we're going to add in, and the time is running really short here. I need the dude who shoots stuff, the projectile launcher. I know I only have just a few minutes left. This is projectile launcher is going to take a second to load up, but I almost have the basic element here. Hopefully it'll just work. Collision will work. Is it hitting the ducks? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I think this is the new projectile launcher, but oh, I got a thumbs up. Also, thank you, additional viewer. This is my second viewer today. Based upon how things have been going in the past, this is a infinite growth. So that is great. I'm never going to be able to have as much growth as I had today. Okay, so we have our stars, and the stars are going into pre-collision list. Which one? Oh, I know what the problem is. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. There's so much interest that I'm getting random viewers. I don't know these people, and I'm not paying them. I'm not pleading with them desperately. Let's make sure we get the collision engine in there. Of course, no collision is happening. I didn't have the collision engine in. All right, and I missed all the birds. They're all gone. So now what we're gonna do is, let's see, the collision engine is in. It's gonna do the pre-collision list. It's gonna check and see what happens. And if it does get a collision, it's gonna take something from B, which I think is my stars. It should probably be referencing A, but we'll check here in just a moment. Yeah, destroyed my mage. Okay, so that was not, I did not want to kill the mage. Instead, what I want to do is I want to kill the ducks. So why is my, I guess let's just take a look here. I don't like to have to inspect the variables because, I wouldn't impose this upon anyone. But I think in these early days, it's still okay. And I could display this on here, but So the collision list, I have my ducks and my, X1 is on there. So I need to remove X1, and then I need to also switch it to A. So this is going to be, actually, that's fine. Oh, fuck. I mean, whoops. I should not have said such a, okay, collision list A. Okay, so now it should reference the other ones. So, all right, let's see. Is it? It is popping those ducks. Also the mage, but man, it's hard because see in the collision I need to speed up the engine really quick because right now it's going once every that you know let me just push this to the limit really quick. Hopefully this will now have much better collision. Okay, yeah, I mean collision's looking a lot better now. But it's a little bit shite because my ammo, the rate at which I shoot these stars is shite. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciated that. This was a productive day. I need to save this because I have to go wake up my baby. But first, before I do that, first we got to save this because this is going to crash it. If you're still watching, I'm about to crash my browser after I save this. Okay, so these are the trees, the number of elements. Let's get down to my mage, the projectile launcher here. The star count, so here's the number of elements. Here we get that. Then we're going to spawn our bullets. All right, so num elements 2. This is going to be our star count. This is the recurring timer that determines how fast we make stars. Right now it's set to 1,000. Let's crank it. This will make it triple. Maybe we need, I don't know. I don't know how fast I want to do this. Because once you go to a certain range, then it's just like, you just completely, okay, this is pretty good. Go into the wall. All right, I can push this a little more though. Let's do 50. This is gonna be like. Oh. Now I'm a duck exterminator. Let's see if I do this right. I can get all the way over the edge. Okay, see now it's actually getting strategic. Oh, but you get those blind spots. Oh my god. All right. Well. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need a lot more ducks. So let's see. Where's my ducks at here? So make element, make trees. Yeah, so I just make a shitload more, excuse me, a lot more trees, and there's a tree for every tree there's a duck. So we'll make it, 5,000. This is going to break very fast. It's probably already broken. Oh no. I need to just restart the web page. The number of collisions was like 5,000 times, in 1 second, I probably already had a ton of stars. So it's all the stars times all 5,000 trees. It's probably, I don't know, 100,000. I need to just kill Chrome. Okay. That was a little crazy there. Okay, I got like 2 more minutes so I can properly break it, so I can watch it break instead of or actually, maybe just add like another little effect to make it feel better to get the birds. I think it's still set at 150. I think I saw that right before I clicked. So all right, so that's pretty good. Okay, so everything is still working. The best way still to kill them in this mode is with your body. The stars are nice. Okay, so um, let's see here. What do I got going on? Oh yeah, that's right. When the collision happens, so here we're going down to the collisions. So it's going to create the animation. It's going to shoot them off to the left. And instead, what I might do is, let's see, splat emoji. Is there anything like that? Oh, it's just terrible. Emoji, explosion. All right, so I'm gonna change it. Yeah, to be instead of being that, it's gonna be this thing right here. And I'm going to remove this part of the translation. I want to keep the multi-transform. But instead what I want to do is I want to rotate it and scale it. So we're going to rotate. We're going to rotate around the z-axis, scale, and then also fade into oblivion. So let's do this. Rotate, multi-transform, scale. Still just in awe that of the amount of growth that has happened in terms of my viewership today. It's like YouTube's algorithm probably just went like broke. It's like infinite growth. Probably everyone has instantly been subscribed to this channel. So let's say we're gonna do 720 degrees. Oh, yeah, I really gotta go soon. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, they're huge. So my stars are probably fine, but the size of my ducks, what are they? 2 view width, 2 view height. That should be fine. 60 degrees. Oh, wait. That's fine. Yeah, I want it to be a rotating shooting star. When the collision happens here, it's going to take the ducks. Oh, okay, I see. The scaling is basically causing them to move as well. So there's a simpler way to do this. Wait a second. What's going on here? They shouldn't, that shouldn't be happening. That's actually not too bad. Didn't do everything I wanted to do. I think I might just want it to be a little bit longer. That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Hopefully it's in the right one. Let's just condense it all down. See what we got here. Can't believe I messed up that other one. Probably don't even have yeah, probably lost some progress by not uploading things and not fixing bugs on certain things, but anyway, it now I have my little duck game. Oh, I know what I could do really quick. I could just package this up. That's right, we got a basic game here. So I'm going to just add this one and then delete it. For a moment, I can see what happens just to see if they explode having them together. I really need to go in T minus minus 60 seconds. I need to go. So hopefully this is going to get going. This is, oh. Let's see what happens here. This is just going to be ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't even do, my God. Oh my God, there's a Katamari forming over here. It's just. All right. Anyway, that was not what I was intending to do, but then I realized maybe I shouldn't save this as a game yet because I need to update the collision engine before I do it. So I'm just going to save it back in its original form. Let's just revert back. Okay. And yeah, will be available for future development moving forward. That's all for now.